this guy, this little goober, he's got a big old following on YouTube, millions of subscribers. So I mean, maybe it's a little
Something
bit of
we never
jealousy,
talk
but
about is how amazing antimatter really is.
antimatter.
Galaxies, planets, and you and I are of course made of normal matter. These
This whole antimatter thing, like what is that? Like it's antimatter, you know. So it's the opposite of matter. Yeah, I don't get it. Go, but let's have this um this interesting guy explain it to us.
are the regular protons, neutrons, and electrons you learn
This is
about in
regular
physics
ones.
class. But there is a whole different kind of matter.
Oh, is there?
Antimatter. It is the same in every way, just with an opposite charge. For example, a
Oh.
positive electron, a positron. So the question is, are there galaxies and planets?
So is a positron actually a negatron, and a negatron is a positron in this antimatter? I don't know. This is something that they're throwing out there.
Or even people out there that are made entirely out of antimatter. Because, well, it's possible. And this has some
Of course, he
scary
has a nose ring.
implications. For example, if there were antimatter asteroids out there and one collided with the Earth, the damage would be far worse than a normal asteroid.
Oh
An
no, would
antimatter
it?
asteroid less than a meter across would do more damage than asteroids like the dinosaur killer, 10 kilometers wide. But for now, don't be worried because there is no evidence for
Oh,
these big collections of antimatter in our universe. Yet.
oh if there's no evidence, why do you believe it? I was trying to put this up. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Matter of fact, here we'll go. So I was looking into this whole antimatter thing, and I decided to go over here to BBC because they tell some accurate stuff. So I figured I'd see what they got to say about it. So now he did just say within our own galaxy we don't have any evidence of antimatter. So who do we trust? That guy or BBC? Because even even bananas produce antimatter, but the mysteries of antiparticles stretch all the way back to the birth of the universe. Why is there more matter than antimatter in the universe? These are the serious questions of our time. I absolutely love this. So they say when you read the word antimatter in the title of this article, you be forgiven for thinking that we've slipped into the realms of science fiction. I mean, a little. It sounds a little science fictiony. Antimatter sounds like science fiction, a material that looks like ordinary matter, but would unleash as much energy as an atomic bomb, even if even a speck of it came into contact with anything around us. Like anything, like even the air, like just the air. So like as soon as it like cuz like how far out like with our galaxy, I mean, like all the way out to Pluto, maybe. I don't know where the measurements are these days on what they say, how far our galaxy stretches out, but whatever they say. But I mean, because I mean, you think of matter. I mean, that's material. It just seems like speculation. Like so, as soon as it reaches something that is material, because that's all matter is. Matter is just material. Things that we touch, us. You know, it's got substance to it. But so, like, if we're close enough to observe antimatter, I mean, wouldn't that be problematic? Gotta trust some scientists. Gotta trust some scientists.
Yeah, I mean, the CDC is like this whole governmental body with scientists and shit. They just tell us what to do. You don't have to think about it, dude.
You don't even have to think about
Okay,
it.
now let's try to get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard. Anyone? Come on, don't be shy.
Don't be shy. But yeah, so this is where it gets good. Chances are that you first encountered the concept of antimatter in Star Trek, where it's used to propel spaceships. Or maybe you've read Dan Brown's novel Angel and Demons, in which antimatter makes the ultimate bomb. But I mean, just as they said, like, if, like, just a speck of it came into contact with anything around us. So how could anybody even gather antimatter? Like, I mean, you got a bit of a problem on your hand. So I just throw it off as, you know, just goofy nonsense that they like to tell us. But let's, like, this guy. This is the guy that's with his interesting haircut. I mean, he doesn't have his septum pierced. Like, I don't get that at all. I will say that whenever you see people with those nose piercings, you can kind of guess what side of the spectrum of politics they land on, and they're usually the people that aren't too happy with the results of our latest election. I'm happy. But how AstroKobi brings the science of space to the masses. So yeah, I'm not gonna go through. I really don't care about this guy, but yeah, he's been around for 2 years. Yeah, user created in 2022. He's got, what is that, that's over 1 billion views. Only 548 videos that he's uploaded, and a lot of it is just like little shorts. Subscriber count is 2.31 million. That's crazy. That's crazy. With a clear path leading towards a PhD, diving into content creation instead seems like a pretty drastic jump. But for Kobe, the transition felt surprisingly natural. Well, it's probably because, you know, you can only have so many of these, like, PhD people where they just, there's just nothing for them to do. I mean, so instead he decided to go talk about space on YouTube. But hey, that's fine, because now he's just giving me somebody to make fun of, because